5시 34분이 됐습니다. 이번에는 아침의 책들을, 세상 책에서도 좋은 아침의 책들이 많은데 아침의 책들을 좀 읽겠습니다. The 5 Essential People Skills, How to Assert Yourself, Listen to Others and Resolve Conflict, relate to the 7 major personality types. Put these 5 essential skills to work and begin your transformation. If I have a difficult encounter, I always behave professionally. Eat smarter. Eating dinner with people you care for. It's a surprising buffer against that stress that more people need to know about. Empty Nesters, 101 stories about surviving and thriving when the kids leave home. Overstuffed. Every increased possession loads us with a new weariness. It's finally quiet. Quiet the power, the secret strengths of introverts. My own history with the spotlight is an example of free trade theory. Emotional agility, essential reading, get unstuck, embrace change, and thrive in work and life. But there's no shame. In fact, there's actually a lot of virtue in making a logical, heartfelt choice. The strategist, be the leader your business needs. That generally lead to higher cost, but higher cost that can you and your customers something in return. 10 commitments to your success. Also 100 ways to create the wealth. Lyndon invited me to visit him in Oregon to learn his ideas. The Age of Agile, how smart companies are transforming the way work gets done. Epilogue. Other CEOs have built a culture of innovation and long-term value by developing their people and declining to participate in the charade of offering quarterly guidance on the future of their earnings. Charade. Reader, come home. We need parents, educators, and political leaders to demand such studies. We need publishers and designers to create digital innovation that are as cognitively successful as they are engaging, and we need empirical proof that this is so. Financial freedom, a proven path to all the money you'll ever need. While ETFs behave like stocks and their value can fluctuate throughout the day. A good night sleep. Continuous positive airway pressure generally lead to a great improvement in the amount of time spent in restorative deep sleep, which in turn lead to improved alertness the next day. The Zombie Combat Manual, a guide to fighting the living dead. This issue may not be immediately apparent, but after disposing of 10, 15, or 20 consecutive undead attackers in as many minutes, you will quickly comprehend how an uncomfortable grip can affect your performance. Undead. The great demographic reversal. What could offset global aging? The sweet spot. How to accomplish more by doing less. Similarly, a good friend and a husband trade off date night planning and don't tell the other anything about a date. Release your brilliance. Eventually, he realized he had no choice but to make something of his life in America. The CEO test. So, with some CEOs, their stated values literally did end with your layoff notice to some degree. Brand you. Turn your unique talents into a winning formula. My audit clients were privately held and mid-cap companies. Mid-cap. Mid-cap companies in engineering, insurance, banking, and business service. Quitting. Mastering the art of quitting. But perhaps surprisingly, while the differences are significant, they are not overwhelming. Bounce, bounce. Bounce is the right story for our time. Kiss that frog. 12 great ways to turn negative into positives in your life and work. They could not have raised you differently. There are only two ways of telling the complete truth: anonymously and posthumously. Life's greatest lesson: Virtually nothing on earth can stop a person with a positive attitude who has his goal clearly in sight. The dollarization discipline. The following example illustrates how companies have used dollarization in shaping their segmentation strategy. How the best managers create a culture of belief and drive big results. Over time, leaders who frequently create a culture of rooting for their people with a positive recognition can undo the hardwiring that causes our mind to be skeptical of those in authority, to fight change, and to look for reasons to feel undervalued. Study skills. When you need to know and how to do it. Spelling and punctuation. Have you corrected all typos? Lend me your ears. Great speeches in history. I went on, but with difficulty. I struggled along and entered upon that miner's fearful description of the bogus Emerson, the bogus. Today matters. 12 daily practice to guarantee tomorrow's success. How will you maximize your earning potential and still maintain the right attitudes toward the money? How to talk about hot topics on campus. The ability of a multinational corporation to move jobs to sources of cheap labor create employment problems in the countries where jobs have left, and social disruption and dislocation in the receiving countries. Dislocation. Who said the elephants can't dance? What did we learn? Competing in the age of AI, strategy and leadership when algorithms and networks run the world. We have already seen how digital networks and AI are prompting the development of new operating capabilities, strategic principles, and ethical dilemmas. The Ten Commandments for business failure. In-house service and support activities are de facto monopolies. Lead with a story, a guide to crafting business narratives that captivate, convince, and inspire. He sat back in his chair, kicked his feet up, kicked his feet up on the desk, leaned back, and smiled a satisfied smile as he surveyed his good fortune. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, Mastering the Inner Game of Wealth. Of course, if you can manage more, manage more. The School of Greatness, a real world guide to living bigger, loving deeper, and leaving a legacy. But it was the ones that were so toxic and disconnected that I literally wanted to quit, and sometimes did, that had the greatest impact. People by you, the real secret to what matters most in business. Find out what question top salespeople in your company ask in which situation to which people. Prosperity affirmation. Wealth and abundance is my natural state of being. Successful money making ideas are always entering my mind. Psychology for Dummies. Park is a very well known forensic psychiatrist who sees psychological profiling as a systematic problem solving activity with five basic steps. She attempted to reconstruct the consequence of events before, during, and after the murder. Success under stress. Powerful tools for staying calm, competent, and productive when the pressure's on. Second, shift gears. Shift gears from self-criticism to critical thinking. Early Bird, a memoir of premature retirement. I told her my book was exactly like a David book, and we have a date next week. The Human Network. Also, if a friend's housing investment did poorly, then a person was more likely to sell their house and to take less money for it. Body clutter. Love your body, love yourself. You cannot stay in your workout clothes all day. Build a powerful brand to achieve career success. I started to reach out, both on blog and up blog, to many influencers. Naked came we into the world, and naked shall we depart from it. Shrouds have no pockets. The zigzag principle, the goal-setting strategy that will revolutionize your business and your life. The road to success is never a straight line. One of the benefits of having a team set its own goals and rewards is that the members learn to govern their own behavior. That way I don't have to micromanage my teams. Money rules. The simple path to lifelong security. If you are just looking, don't try it on. You are in the department store or your favorite boutique and you see a pair of pants that looks interesting. 10 secrets for success and inner peace. Once the ego is present, the manifesting stops. Willpower doesn't work. Discover the hidden keys to success, which advocate seeking a virtuous and meaningful life of growth and contribution. The right shoe left, knowing that the left shoe was right. The one-page marketing plan. I hope you are never in the unfortunate position of needing heart surgery. But if you are, do you want the cheapest heart surgeon? I doubt it. More often than not, business owners set prices based on what their competitors charge. There's a 4-person minimum and a cruise ship maximum. The heart of change, real life stories of how people change their organization. But eventually, you must choose to deal with this heavy lifting, or you will never fulfill the vision. The shift, taking your life from ambition to meaning. Each of the components of ego make entirely different demands than our source of being does. roles of leadership for black women. Taking advantage of opportunities such as this may mean accepting some risk. Work by faith, not by sight. Conscious competence. In this level, you are able to perform a certain task or ability well, and you are aware of this fact. Selling. Closing more sales more often. A quiet method for overcoming objection. In my early days of selling, prospects would occasionally ask why a deposit was required. Every time a patient had a challenging question that I couldn't immediately answer, I'd write it down and make a list of responses, memorize them, and rehearse my response for next time. How to stop getting ripped off and save a fortune. Learn the secret big business doesn't want you to know. In other words,